how are you? We are
Carlos,
Olivia.
and Cesar.
We will talk about Limitless. Limitless is a movie of 2011.
and we hope you enjoyed the video that we did for you.
Limitless is a 2011 American thriller film directed by Neil Burger, based on the novel The Dark Fields by Alan Glynn. The film stars Bradley Cooper, Avi Cornish, and Robert De Niro.
Eddie Mora is a strongly author with writer's block. His girlfriend Lindy, frustrated with his lack of progress, breaks up with him. Later, Eddie bumps into Vernon, the forgotten brother of his ex-wife, Melissa. Vernon gives Eddie a sample of a new nootropic, NCT48. Returning to his apartment, Eddie takes the drug and discovers he now has the perfect recall and the ability to cross-correlate information quickly.
Testing his analytical skills on the stock market with Vernon's stash of money, Eddie quickly makes large returns on small investments. He borrows $100,000 from a recruiting Russian loan shark and is hired at a brokerage firm, where he quickly paralyzed this capital into over $2 million just in a couple weeks. After that, one day a man breaks into Eddie's apartment, demanding more NST48, but Eddie kills him and he H-man and escapes. He meets with the man in the trench coat, surmising that Ed will employ the man to locate more NST48. They recovered Eddie's stash from his attorney. Will you see all the summary of this movie? Well, here is.
See that guy? That's me. My excuse for looking like this? I'm a writer.
Eddie, maybe it's time to let the writing go.
But just in case you think nothing ever happened to me.
Eddie Mora!
Hey! Tell me about this book.
Well, how much have you written of it?
Not one word.
Well, I suppose I can help you with that. You know how they say that we can only access 20% of our brain? This lets you access all of it. They've had clinical trials and it's FDA approved.
All right, just out of curiosity, and that's all. I was blind, but now I see. A tablet a day, and I was limitless. I now had cultural appetites.
Since when do you speak Italian?
I finished my book in 4 days.
I'd like to renegotiate my advance.
Math became useful.
From 12,000 to 2.3 million in 10 days.
I'm baffled by this guy. So, Eddie Mora, you do know you're a freak. What's your secret?
Medication.
Your powers are a gift from God or whoever the hell wrote your life script. I'll open up a line of credit for you. You'll be wanting a few toys.
How many of us ever know what it is to become the perfect version of ourselves?
What's the asking price?
12.5.
I'll take it.
That gives us the possibility of think about what could happen if we could use more than 10%.
My brain is skipping time. I have no memory of the last 4 days.
I'm living in that 21st century, doing something mean to it.
Your powers are not earned. You're careless with those powers. Have you asked yourself what you're going to do when you run out? You'll die.
No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours.
There's no scenario in which you'd lead this life where you don't work for me.
No scenario. I see every scenario. I see 50 scenarios. That's what it does, Carl. It puts me 50 moves ahead of you. Worth the risk? What would you do?
In my opinion, Limitless is a very interesting and good movie because it talks about real life things. Why? Because all the things that are talking in the movie are real. It's are 100% real. All the things, the drug and the effects of the drug. Limitless, with Bradley Cooper, that is a great actor, must win the Oscar.
I strongly believe Limitless is an interesting movie. In fact, it talks about a different topic that is the human brain. It's knowing that we only use the 10% of our brain, and this movie gives us the possibility to think about use more of the percent.
In my opinion, the movie Limitless is one of the best pictures that you can watch because it represents how the brain, your body, and your life could be affected if you use drugs, as we can saw in the movie.
It's curious the quantity of people that makes themselves successful due to the drug that the movie talks about. And I also like the movie because this have a little of romance.